Jeannine Lee Lake joins me. She's running in Indiana's 6th District against Greg Pence. This is a very strange race, but Jeannine, welcome to Rebel Headquarters.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here today.
All right, great to have you. So you have a super interesting background, and your opponent is doing something really weird. So I'm fascinated by this race. So first of all, David Letterman has endorsed you, is that right?
Yes, he has. He's been so kind. I met him in a coffee shop back in May, just a few days before the primary election. And he was so gracious. He gave us a cash donation, took tons of pictures with my staff and myself, and told me that if I won the primary, that he would come back. And you know what? On September the 27th, just a couple days before my birthday, he did come back and did a great house party for us with tons of our friends and family, and then some donors. So it was a great night.
Wow, that's wonderful. Yeah, and Letterman's from Indiana, so that's why he cares in particular about this race. And you are one of 14 kids, and this is a stunning fact. 8 of your brothers and sisters are ordained ministers?
Yes, 6 of my brothers and 2 of my sisters. My sister is also a doctor, but she's also ordained, and the other one was head of the engineering program at Purdue. And so, yeah, we're from a family of faith. My dad is a minister. He's been a minister for, I think, 51 years. And then my granddaddies were both ministers as well.
Yeah, so I'm not sure you're religious enough. So you're also the editor and publisher of The Good News. That sounds Bible-y. What is The Good News?
It is, Jake. It's a play of words, because the good news is the gospel of Jesus Christ. And since I'm from a family of faith, and I am a believer myself, I didn't go into the pulpit, and so I decided to go into politics. And then also I'm a newspaper reporter, so I just we try to write about good news. Whatever we write, even if it's a bad story with a bad slant, we always try to end every story with a solution and then positive thinking.
And you also are the chairwoman of Feed My Sheep. I assume that's not literal sheep.
Well, we haven't really had to feed any sheep lately. But
it
that
is
also
Indiana.
Comes from a scripture in the New Testament. Yes. No, we haven't fed any sheep lately. But it is, like I said, it is an organization. We feed 2,000 needy families or needy residents every Thanksgiving and Christmas during the holiday season, and we also give them a hot meal, and then also a big bag of groceries. And we have this for the last couple of years. We have this thing called the George and Teresa Huggins Blessing Room, which we also give them hygiene products. It's kind of like a big rummage sale in the middle of the winter. So they do that as well. So it's great. The community all comes together, and Muncie takes care of its own.
Yeah, well, I believe that that's what Jesus told you to do, so that's pretty logical. It's literally mighty Christian of you. And that's a very religious district you're in, so you're a good match for your district. That makes sense. And so now let's talk about your opponent. First of all, his name is Greg Pence, and he's from Indiana. Any relation to Mike Pence?
Yeah, the vice president's older brother. They called him Mr. Harassment or something when he was in high school, supposedly, and then they called Vice President Bubbles.
Bubbles?
That was his nickname. Yeah, Bubbles.
Wow. Why do really obnoxious people have such cute nicknames? I remember.
His nickname is Bubbles.
On the other hand, you're like, I don't know that I'd want the nickname Bubbles. So.
I wouldn't.
That's right. I remember when Bush gave the nickname to Vladimir Putin of Pooty Poot. So not exactly another nickname I probably wouldn't want. Anyway, so here's the part I don't understand about Greg Pence. He's raised about $2.5 million, but it seems like he hasn't spent very much of it. He's not running any local ads. That's super weird. Why is that?
Well, you know what? If I could get to him, I'd ask him. But I think it's kind of strange, too, because, we've only raised just upwards, I think, of $100,000. And he has raised quite a bit more. But yet I think I probably have more signs out than he does. And I've also put out more, print ads and digital ads. So I don't know what he's doing with this money.
That is awfully strange. And so he's got these PACs donating to him, the NRA, other major PACs. He's got his fundraising in New York and DC, but he's also refused, apparently, I'm reading here from notes from the district, that he's refused all interviews from any newspaper or network. So is he just thinking, hey, my last name is Pence, I'm corrupt, I don't want people to know, if I answer any questions, they might find out?
Well, pretty much. They call it the submarine strategy, and I'm hoping that it sinks him because I'm thinking that that's what they call it, the submarine strategy. I don't know. I don't get it. But yeah, he doesn't do any interviews. He rarely goes out and engages with the public, except if it's a pre-approved crowd or $25,000 a plate crowd. So, he's playing to the home base and he doesn't go very far. I know that, he definitely, I've been running for 16 months and he hasn't been at any of the bipartisan events. We go shake hands, we go to the meet and greets, we go to the forums, Chamber of Commerce will have an event there, the Farm Bureau, just a variety of different things. I've never seen him at any of those. And the 2 times I did meet him, I had to go up to him at a fair and a parade and introduce myself. So,
that's funny.
I don't know where he's at.
Yeah. Look, donate at Jeannine Lee Lake for Congress.com and defeat Mike Pence's brother. How great would that be? Sink his submarine. So, well, then he'll be surrounded by bubbles. Okay, so it's not like you haven't pulled off miracles before. The Daily Show called you Black Girl Midterm Magic. Okay, and they said you couldn't do it in the primaries. You ran up against 5 white men from Indiana and you beat them all. So what's your magic plan to defeat Greg Pence in this primary? I'm sorry, in this general election?
Well, besides my winning personality and my brilliant smile, no, just playing. That's really no. Besides that, I think we have a good message that reaches to those here in the heartland of Indiana. We're bringing change to the heartland in terms of transparency, of being able to have a candidate that will be able to, you can actually see, size up, ask questions to. In the past, we've had, candidates the last 25, 30 years that, moved to Washington, D.C. You never saw them again. I'm the candidate that I'm going to be staying in my state. I will be obviously there for hearings and votes and things like that. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be right in Indiana, and I'm going to be talking with the people that have elected me, talking about the things that are important to them. Everything from Medicare for all to getting help with the opioid crisis. Our roads are terrible. Cenk. I mean, they're bad. If you're coming through, you hit Indiana when you've hit about 15 or 16 potholes on the interstate. Safe schools are a big issue. So yeah, we've, I think we're going to bring, by virtue of my election, we're going to bring the representative really truly back. Because inside the word representative is the word president. And I believe I'm the candidate to bring that back to the voters and the good people of Indiana.
Okay, so you're running on 3 issues, and I'm really curious how they're playing in that district, which has historically been a red district. Universal health care, raising the minimum wage, and tuition-free college. So are you getting a good response from independent and conservative voters on those, or no?
Well, I think, everybody is concerned about pre-existing coverage. Everybody is concerned here in Indiana about the opioid crisis. Everybody is concerned about those issues, tuition-free college, because, we've all got, the bills to prove it. One of the things I talk about is the fact that my husband and I, we both went to grad school and undergrad at Ball State University, and we literally had almost $250,000 in school loans, and we just paid his off a couple of years ago, and we're still paying mine off. We've also had 3 kids go to college. Our youngest is getting ready he just got accepted at Purdue University, so we're starting all over again. And that's resonating with, it's a bipartisan problem, and it's resonating with red, blue, independents, libertarians. And I think that's one of the reasons why I am a populist candidate, and I am able to reach across the aisle and, to get people in that may not have normally listened to a Democrat, but they're coming along.
Yeah, I never thought about it that way, Jeannine. By the time you pay off your school debt, your kids are going to college, and it starts all over again.
Sure does.
And it's not an accident. They want to keep you in a cycle of debt, and so we got to break that cycle by having real people represent us, and not the people who are getting money from those donors and doing their work for them. Jeannine is certainly one of those. So one more time, let's show the links here. Jeannine Lee Lake for Congress.com, and we'll put the links down below if you're watching later on YouTube or Facebook. Make sure you click to find out more about Jeannine's candidacy, and then if you can do a small dollar donation or volunteer, that would be amazing. Let's go defeat senior bubbles.
Okay, that's it. Thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate it. I love your show. And my sister, who is a doctor in New York City, she has the same birthday as you, March 21st, and she says to tell you that she adores you.
Well, I appreciate that. That adoration goes right back at her. Okay.
I'll tell her. Dr. Joyce Terry.
All right. Thank you so much. Go get them. Like what you see? Click the subscribe button below, and don't forget to ring the bell to never miss another video from the Young Turks.